I never expected to be back with this game. Been how long? Like 4 or 5 months. So yeah, welcome I guess back to Iwaihime. I don't know where else to go with this, except just, to continue. Sure, let's continue.
おー、すずむん、なっち、きこち、いらっしゃい。
こんにちは先輩。メールありがとうございます。
あ、もうやってるんですか？手伝います。
俺、夕方に近所のガキどもとデュエルの約束があるんだけどな。
手伝えるところまででいいからさ。
The LCSC's clubroom was a spare room near the infirmary. Though the school was mammoth in size, even it couldn't escape the consequences of a declining national birth rate. Meaning, with each year, there were more and more spare classrooms. Thus, the LCSC was using one of them as a makeshift clubroom. Miss Hanagata wasn't around. She was the school doctor, so she couldn't always be in the clubroom. It was common for her to have to leave to help students who got hurt in the sports clubs. The room was packed to the gills with piles of cardboard boxes of varying sizes. Inside were old sweaters, unopened gifts, well-used microwaves, TVs, and so on. The boxes were filled to the brims with such objects.
不用品って結構あるもんなんですね。
Like what?
新品も結構あるよ。もったいないだね。
こいつを整頓して目録を作るのか。こりゃ骨だな。
まあぼちぼちやろうよ。2、3日で終わるもんじゃないっしょ。
All these items had been gathered to sell off at a rummage sale. After all, this was an era where it cost money just to get rid of large objects. So if the school sent out a notice to the parents asking for donations of unwanted items for the rummage sale, they'd come up in droves. And the parents indeed came in cars stuffed with unwanted items, piling them up one after the next.
これを分類して目録を作ってどうするかを決めるわけね。
あ、雛形先生。
ごめんなさいね。私ちょっと今手が離せないの。やれるとこまででいいからお願いしちゃっていい？あいよたまゆん。勝手に承知のすけさ。
たく、俺にはゴミの山にしか見えねえぜ。
ゴミの山も分類すれば宝の山って言うよ。頑張って分類してトレジャーしちゃおう。阪神と東北と熊本の3つの大震災で多くの教訓が得られたからね。被災地に援助物資という名のガラクタ詰め合わせを送りつけるのは単なる嫌がらせでしかないから。
そうですね。ボランティアは自己満足でなく、相手のニーズに繊細に対応する必要がありますね。
もうすずむん、その回答100点満点。
さすがはグレートな男。
Oh, I remember him. The music was really loud for me. Okay, let's continue.
確かにな。どんな強力なレアカードも整理しなきゃデッキには入れられねえ。
じゃあ手分けしてキリキリ頑張りましょう。いいの、のんびりダラダラで。こんだけ量があるんだからおしゃべりでもしながら気楽に行こ
In actuality, we planned on spending all of next Sunday taking care of this. But as per Club President Minobe's orders, we decided to do the work a little at a time after school each day.
これは何だろう。
タオル、手ぬぐいかな。ほら、こんな風にかぶってひょっとこの面でもつけりゃ。
それきっとおむつだよ。使い捨てじゃないリターナブルの。
おむつ？うわ
Oh no.
でも被災地じゃ水は貴重だから使い捨ての方が便利だろうね。ほんじゃそれはバザー行きで。
はい、じゃあこっちの箱へ。
The inventory was divided into 3 categories: disaster relief, rummage sale, and garbage. Unusual items with no apparent use would also show up from time to time, so the work was pretty interesting. There were still loads of things to sort through. It seems our time after school would be centered around this for the time being. Just then, the door opened. But it wasn't Miss Hinagata.
あれ、
Oh,
クロッチじゃん。メール見てくれたんだ。
Kuroki as in Kurokami. I got it. However, she wasn't staring out into space as always. She was staring out into space as always. There's Toei. Oh.
来てくれただけでも嬉しいよ。今日も調子悪そうだね。
たまに来てくれるの。調子がいい時は手伝ったりもしてくれるんだけど。さ
黒髪ってなんでシャチホコ部にいるんだ？
あ、ほら、雛形先生って結構気まぐれだから。
She really does creep me out from that one time during the game. She looked right into my eyes. Or she'd been staggering just seconds ago, that all came to a stop. Meanwhile, I found myself staring right into her eyes too.
ああ、クロッチは初対面だよね。紹介するよ。我が部のニューホープの2人。ああ、同じクラスだっけか。あれ、今日は調子いいみたいじゃん。
どうしてここに。
タマユの気
I don't know,
ま
it
ぐ
seems
れじゃ
kind of
ない？
rude to ask, but
先週
okay.
唐突に連れてきてさ。
雛形。
It was very rare to hear her say something. According to Minobe, that meant she was feeling good. Did that mean there was a chance she'd respond to me?
いや、
Look at those bags under her eyes. Her face wrenched with agony the moment I called out to her. So she really wasn't feeling well like
大
her
丈
own.
夫？
夜な。
But after I took a single step forward, Rakami covered her face with the doll in her left hand, while motioning for me to stop with her right. What rose to the surface of her agonized face?
具合悪いの？
I mean, the last time you talked about that. The last time, I know.
雛形先生を呼んでく
It
るよ。
was not alright.
夜なと言っている。
She's not talking about right now. She's talking about, like, that first section of the game, I think.
どうして？
お前の
Russian?
汚れが苦しい。
Russian is painful. And with that, Kurakami turned around, still fighting back the agony. couldn't think of anything to say to her.
東映てめえいつまでほっつき歩いてんだよ。
This asshole. I think if I remember correctly.
今日は先輩とカラオケ行くんだよ。たま
Alright.
には少しマシな顔でお酌くらいしてみせろよな。
はい、将様。
God, she's still like that.
お前ら行くぞ。
Oh god. Kamanuma wrapped his arm around Kurakami and dragged her closer, then left with his followers.
村上さん。
スズもクロッチに嫌われてる？
I mean, she kind of went crazy one time.
クロッチがあんなこと言うとこなんて初めて見た。
気にすることないよ。黒髪さんが意味のないことを言うなんていつものことだよ。たまたま体調と機嫌が悪かっただけに違いないよ。
そうだね。
ススハラのグレイトさがわからねえとはな。いけすかない女だぜ。
おかしな男が言い名付けだしさ、気苦労も絶えないんだよ、きっと。
Oh, she has a lot on her plate already. We worked all through the afternoon. Natua had made plans with friends, so he left earlier on. But we just kept working and managed to make quite a dent in our workload.
僕、見延先輩に謝らなきゃいけないです。
何が？
Initially, I assumed she was kind of lazy from her general demeanor, but the past few days have proved me wrong. She was always proactively carrying out the club's activities. She really was an ideal president. And she was fun to hang around to boot.
先輩のこと改めて尊敬しました。やっぱり社長コ部に入ってよかったと思います。
私も最初は先輩のこと誤解してました。でも先輩はいつも暗くなるまで部室でたった一人でも仕事をしてる。
まあ帰ってもすることとかないしね。家帰っても親が勉強しろしろうるさいだけだし。
Sure to laugh it off, but I wasn't fooled anymore. No, you could say that was her very essence. Same that for training, it was easy to work yourself hard until it shows on your face. But with her, she just relaxed and had fun no matter what she did.
僕も見習わなくちゃ。
そういえばスズムンって空手をやってんだって？
やってますやってます。毎日夕方には道着を着て裏庭で稽古してますよ。
へえ、何それかっこいい。あ、ねえねえ、あのさ。
Sure. Minove walked ahead of us, then turned around and spoke.
おいらもスズムンのかっこいいとこ見てみたいな。
It was a common misunderstanding, but the Susahara divine tribute style wasn't for fighting. The primary goal was to sublimate a pure heart cultivated in training through martial arts, then dedicated that to God.
なのにクロッチに汚れてるとか言われちゃショックだよね。
僕の修行がまだ未熟だからだと思います。
先輩、麦茶入れてきました。
I wanted to be like my father and hold martial arts demonstrations at temples and shrines someday. Any corruption had to be purged before that was possible. Here it is again. Toei said something similar about corruption. Something about corruption and our character. I had to free myself from restrictive thoughts and hone my spirit. The apartment complex's backyard was my training ground. I channeled all my spirit into my fist and punched a cherry blossom tree with straw wrapped around it. This right here. I was a bit sluggish today. I really did have a long way to go if Minobe's presence was enough to dull my fist.
すごいね。よく素手で木をパンチして痛くないもんだね。
砂を詰めたバケツをパンチしてることもありますよ。
スズムンかっこいい。おいら惚れちゃいそうだ。
集中。
I trained to the bone until the sky turned indigo, then took a shower and had dinner. Kiko's mom always cooked our evening meals. I took my shower and went to room 101 only to find Minobe there as well.
おお、スズム。シャンプーの香りでめっちゃフェロモン出てる。
お母さんが夕飯を一緒にどうって言ってくれたの。
おいら畳の上で家族ご飯食べるの割と憧れだったんだ。
僕も一人っ子だから賑やかなご飯はすごく楽しいです。
椿子、配膳手伝って。
鈴むくん、テレビのリモコンを取ってもらっていいかい？
はい、どうぞ。
見延さんは野球とか見る？
いや見たことないです。
じゃあ一緒に見ようか。楽しいぞ。
お待たせだよ。
はい、先輩、どうぞ。
That seems like a nice family.
ありがとう。
Everyone sat together and began eating. We were having salmon and tempura for dinner. Just seeing the ice cubes floating atop the soup in their glass bowls was enough to cool us down. No, it wasn't quite summer yet. The days have been hot and sweaty, so this was the perfect dish.
すごい。そうめんってこんなに美味しかったんだ。氷が入って冷えてるだけでこんなにも美味しくなるんだね。
先輩の家のおそうめんって違うんですか？
おいらの家のは茹でたのに流水をかけただけのぬるいのが出てくるよ。すぐベタベタになってくっついて塊になっちゃって食べづらいし美味しくないし、嫌いだったはずなのにこんなに美味しいなんて知らなかったな。
Minobe lowered her head a little sadly, but she was back to her usual cheerful smile by the time she raised her head. Afterwards, we all watched with excitement as the baseball game kept going back and forth. It was completely dark outside, but we kept on spending time like a happy family. Having been invited to take a bath, Minobe went to Kiko's apartment for a shower.
先輩、今日は私のとこにお泊まりしていくことになってるの。
そうだったんだ。キコちゃんと先輩はやっぱり仲良しだったんだね。
フレンドだよ。じゃあ進む、おやすみ。
おやすみ。また明日。
Oh God. I'm getting flashbacks to the freaking bathroom from before. Oh God. We didn't really do anything all that special, but it had been a fun day. And back in those memories as I soaked in the
社
bath.
長コブに入って本当に良かったな。 ヒコちゃんやナツくんとも一緒だし、見延先輩は面白くて尊敬できる人だし。
And though she may not have liked me at that moment, I hoped could come in I could be friends
楽
someday.
しいな、毎日が。こんな生活の機会をくれた両親にも感謝しなくちゃ。
And to reflect more carefully on how blessed I was that I could say that. Nobody has said it herself at yesterday's fundraiser. Flashback.
両親に感謝できるってこと自体、幸運にたくさん恵まれてたと自覚するべきだろうね。
Yeah, there are a good, I wouldn't say good, I would say that there are plenty of orphans out there that aren't as lucky.
もっと先輩と話したいな。
She's probably lying around in Kiko's room chatting. If I were a girl, I could have joined in on the conversation, but
いいさ。
alas.
社長コブでこれからもおしゃべりする機会はたくさんあるさ。寝よう。
There's a save there. Are we gonna go into the other side of the game now? Did I just hear something? Oh, knocking. Realizing that the knocking signified a visitor, I sat up, eyes still clouded with sleep, and ran over to the door and opened it very careless in hindsight. Since I was still half asleep, I had a hard time telling if this was a dream or not. So when I opened the door and saw the sight that awaited me, I was convinced I was still dreaming. What he's in. I should have seen the same old scenery outside. Oh no! Oh no! I'm remembering from the last video, which was like 4 or 5 months ago. But seeing it, remember that's like an Alice in Wonderland theme with this episode, I guess, of this game. But instead, I was faced with a wondrous world, likes of which I'd never seen before.
起こしちゃって、
Of course.
ごめん。
見延先輩。